and welcome to Midday with Trey. And I am Trey, and I'm happy to see you. Did you miss me? I missed you guys. And I'm sorry about that. But Jeremy came home Tuesday with a stomach bug and gave it to me. Yay. So yesterday I was laid up. I just felt so horrid. Completely and totally just horrid. I slept most of the day, to be honest. Here I was. I thought I was all prepared, and I don't even have my glue. What's wrong with me? All right. So, we are continuing to work on our little book here. And we're going backwards and upside down now. Just to see if we can add anything else, if everything looks good. Oh, look at this little spider. So cute. But I think we're good. I think most of these look pretty good. I really think we can go forward. I don't think we need to keep adding. We can kind of add as we go if we think we need it. But I think we're kind of ready to move on to the painting stage. And I'm kind of excited to do it because I'm doing something different. All right, so here's our book. It's nice and chunkified. I got a hair. Did I glue my hair in here? Oh my gosh, I did. So here's our little chunkified book. That's about the size of it so far. That's what I love about composition books. I mean, you can just make them so chunky and they just hold together so good. Speaking of that, that made no sense. But I found my elastics. So I can finally put an elastic and finish that last mini book. Coffee. And I figured instead of using black paint for the background, I usually use licorice, folk art licorice. I like it. But I'm kind of thinking maybe I might go with a brown, but we just finished a brown book, so I don't know. Ooh, I know what I'm going to do. Maybe we'll go with this. Let me put this up. Oh, I can't get it in there. Hello, Amber. Oh, y'all saw my nose. Y'all see my nose ring? Okay. Okay, we're going to go with barn red as our background. What do you think about that, Amber? Hi, Amber. Oh, I got her. She was on the back of my chair. Hey, Amber. Oh, she's not going to let me lay her down. Come here. Come here. The people want to see you just for a minute. Just for a minute. Hi, Amber. Look up. Look at me. Look at me. You look pitiful. Did you see her little collar? It's got a bow on it. Don't honk. You're all right. It's got a bow on it. And she's like gotten that bow and she has shredded it. So funny. And then Willow and her little collar, she somehow got her bell and started chewing on her bell. So anyways, I'm just going to use this black one. Nah, I'm not. I got plenty of these. Let's not be stupid. Choose this one. It's fine. It's fine. I got these at Dollar Tree. First thing, I got these at Dollar Tree at over there in the party supplies, and I love them. I just love them so much. They're just so handy for every little thing. Do I want to put something down so I don't get my... Nah, who cares? This is my work surface. Oh! So, let's start from the beginning. And I'll probably do some gluing and stuff as I go. So, yeah, I got the girls' collars. And Willow hated it. She did not like it, but she's gotten used to it now. And they look so cute. I love Ember's red bow or her red little thing, her red leash or whatever. But I don't like Willow's because hers is like blue, and I just don't like it. But that's all they had was red and blue. All right, let's see if I want to like this or not. Well, Trey, let's just cover up the entire image. Because, you know, what's the point of having an image down? Willow has found a coin. I can hear her batting it around. She loves coins. Ah! Avalanche. I've been taking an art class. It's my very first art class online with Karen Campbell at Awesome Art School. It's like Fun Fabulous Fairies or something like that. And I didn't get to do my lesson yesterday because I didn't feel good. So now I'm behind. I was doing so good too. I'm just trying to really dry brush this so that it's pretty dry. So that when I turn the page, it's almost dry. So they're not really going to stick together. Plus, I'm not really pushing down on them. That should be all right. And I just kind of just go around all the edges of the paper and then around the edges of the images, and it just kind of helps solidify them all in together and knocks them back in a way, because you don't want these images to really be your focal image. You want them to be background images, although this gnome could very well be a focal, so I was very careful not to get a lot of paint on him. Like this yellow is definitely going to be in the back. So, like, I'm never going to pull this pea picture to be my focal image unless I was saying like peas in a pod or something like that. I think that was really good with this red velvet cake. It's pretty much like a red velvet color, isn't it? So we'll just put a lot of red around here. Put a little bit of red on that green to kind of tie it in. I was kind of hesitant on this being a background color, if it was going to be like neutral enough, but it seems pretty neutral. That seems funny to say about a red, but it has so much brown in it. That rusty red color. It's nice. It's nice to do something different. You know, this was something that I didn't even think about until I sat down to film this and I couldn't find my black paint. And I was like, so I was like, okay, well, I'll do white. And I'm like, no, I don't want to do white. And then I thought, well, I'll do brown. And then when I sat down, I saw my black paint over there. And I was like, well, but then I got to thinking about it. And I'm like, we just did brown. We freaking just did brown. That was our last book. Why would I turn around and do brown again? So I'd have to say, though, I am liking the way this looks way better than I did when I did the brown. Because when I did the brown, I was just like, oh, this does not look good. I do not like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. But maybe because I did go through that process, maybe I'm not being as critical, because I hated that brown book. Oh, I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought I'd made a huge mistake. Like, this is my first big project on my channel, and I've screwed it up. But it ended up turning out to be really good. The only thing about this red paint is it's very translucent. And it just doesn't, you know, it's not covering the lines. But I guess that really doesn't matter, because really from afar you can't see them that much. And I could thicken it up. I could always add more. So trying to glue it down with the paint. And then also, since I'm not drying this as I go, I try to go back and flip through the pages just to make sure they're not sticking. I am a lazy crafter. I'm also a lazy programmer. So apparently I am just lazy. I think it's just my ADD. I just don't have a lot of patience. I think that's one of the reasons why I had such a hard time trying to learn to draw. You know, I told you, really, a big disciple of Dede Willingham. And she had talked about drawing on the right side of the brain, and it just so happens I went to my used bookstore, and they had not only drawing on the right side of the brain book, but they also had the workbook. I could not believe it. I was like, what? It's like, this is kismet. This was meant to be. Um, but kismet is probably not the word I should have used. That does not really mean that. But anyways, I was like, you know, this was meant to be and all that. And so I was so excited, and I got it. And I did it for like 2 or 3 days, maybe a week. And, oh my gosh, it took up so much time. So much time. I'm just like, no, I do not have the patience to draw. But it was like, I could do it. You know, it was working, and I was really excited about what I drew. But, I was like, I don't have the patience for this. I just do not have the patience for this at all. So I gave it up. I was like, maybe when I'm retired. But I have found myself being drawn, no pun intended, more and more to drawing. And that's one of the reasons why I took that class with Karen Campbell. One thing I like about her is that she says, dang it. I was going to say testimony. I guess that really is what it is. Her testimony is that she's not an artist. She was not an artist. And if I'm not mistaken, she started getting into art when her kids were little, and when they would like go down for a nap, she would paint, and she found solace in that. You know, it was her me time. And then it kind of grew from there. In fact, this is one of her cheat sheets that we were using for the thing. And she's like, I swear I can teach you to draw and be fun and whimsical. And I believe it 100%. Let me show you what I got so far. But don't laugh at my fairy. So look at that mushroom. I drew that. I freaking drew that, guys. I drew that. But then I also drew this. Look at this little... Ah. Oh my gosh, because I did a circle for the head, but the circle was way too big. So she's looking a little weird and her arms are a little too short for her head. So I'm going to go back and rework them. But I'm going with it. My big head fairy. See what I can do with it. But it was fun and it didn't take me, you know, all day to draw it and stuff. And that's the thing, is she's very whimsical, and that's what I want to learn. I want to learn to draw whimsically. I don't really want to draw realistically. That's not what I want, because that's too much time. Also, may I mention that I cut my hair the other day? Yes, I cut my own hair. I have cut my own hair off and on since I was a teenager. That was my thing. On Friday nights, I used to go in my room and I would play with my hair and I would put on all this makeup and I had so much fun. That's what I would do. I had like these teen magazines and I would follow these makeup looks and so much fun. That's the way I spent my Friday nights before I could go out and date and all that. And it's so funny, and now I don't even fix my hair, nor do I wear makeup. But anyways, I cut my hair, and I do a shaggy style, because I think, because I kind of want my hair short, but Jeremy doesn't want it short, because he likes long hair. So we compromise, and I kind of have it longish shag. So anyways, I cut it, but I wasn't being very careful and all that. I really need to go in probably and tweak it a little bit, but oh my gosh, it's just like in my face constantly. I feel like one of those dogs where their hair is over their eyes all the time. That's exactly the way I feel right now. Especially right now because I have it down, so it is like all in my face. All in my face right now. Yes, guys, I have had some horrendous haircuts in the past. Which is why I tend to cut my own hair. This one time I took this picture in of this girl and she had like, it was below shoulder hair and it was very wispy and feathery and flowy and all this stuff. And I took it in to the girl and I was like, can you do this? And she's like, yeah. And then she cut my hair all the way up, like past my shoulders. Like, wasn't even to my shoulders. Very short. I thought Jeremy was going to die. I thought I was going to die. It was completely not what I wanted at all. She turned me around and I was just horrified. I just looked at her and she's like, it looks good on you. And I couldn't even say anything. I just kind of looked at her like, this is not anything like I asked you for. And matter of fact, I think I got up from it and I looked down at the picture because I still had it. I kept that picture with me forever and I would show people. This is the haircut I asked for. This is the haircut I got. I think I put it on Facebook. I'll have to go and see if I can find the Facebooks. If I do, I'll show it to you. But oh my gosh. Nice. Need some more paint. They look like little mushroom mountains. I got that a little too thick. Well, we're supposed to get rain today. getting pretty excited because it's starting to be plant season starting this Saturday, and I'm very excited. There is a plant sale that happens in a neighborhood near here, North Hills. The North Hills Plant Sale. And it's just a local garden club, and that's where I grew up. Well, I didn't grow up there, but I grew up near there. So they still have a really nice garden club, and I think it's been going on since like the 70s. And this area of town, we have a dogwood festival in April, and we have dogwood trails, they call them, and basically it's just different places in the city where they put down spray paint, like a little blue lines, and that way you know, oh, this is the dogwood trail, and then you would go and follow the trail that's in through different neighborhoods, and all these people have beautiful yards. Oh, they're so lovely. And so North Hills has like, oh, did I miss a page? North Hills has lovely dogwood trails, like more than one. They have more than one in there, so they end up having lots of good gardeners that live in there. And oh man, I just look forward to their sale every year because I pick up some good plants at good prices, and then I feel good about it because, you know, a lot of them are just plants that people are sharing out of their yard, you know, and then they use it the proceeds for their little garden club, and I love it. I just absolutely love it. And also they have usually they partner with like a local greenhouse or something, and then they also bring plants, and usually they have like annual flowers, and then a lot of times they'll also bring like vegetables, and then they have pretty good prices on them. Usually they're about $3 each, which is not too bad. So then anyways, then Sunday we're going to drive over to North Carolina, and we're going to go to the Herb Festival, which is one of my favorite annual things. And you see this one got kind of stuck together. It's going to be in a different place this year, so I don't know, and it's going to be all inside, so I don't know how that's going to work. But usually the Herb Fest is at the farmer's market, and all these vendors come in, and it's so cool. They have all these different plants, and you find anything from just regular old Joe Schmo plants, tomatoes and squash and all that. And then you have things like people are selling comfrey and let's see, I got some banana mint there one time. That was so cool. I need to look to see if it came back this year. I've been having a hard time getting it established. It's not quite time for it. It's not quite warm enough. What else have I gotten there? I gotten some Mexican oregano there, which I love. I had not heard of until I got it there, and I love it. It's a nice little shrub. What else have I gotten? I probably need to give this a nice little dry. It's getting a little too wet. Let me pull out my heat gun. If I can find it. All right, here we go. Ouch. Burning my hand. I bubbled that picture up. I know, I get, like I say, I get impatient. I get way too close to the page. All right, let me finish these up. Ouch. Okay, good enough. These need to be glued down better, but not today. Not doing it today. We can do it when we start stamping and all that. So do you think we're going to get this all painted today so that we can begin stenciling and stuff tomorrow? Well, we're just hustling on this book. Hit it with the heat gun. I don't even need this. Just get out of my way. Just get out of my way. It's like, why am I working in this tiny space for no reason? Oh, Lord. Mm-hmm. So I've just been getting really frustrated lately. It seems like every time that I try to start exercising or whatever, something just happens. Like the other day, I guess it was Tuesday. It was Tuesday because Jeremy was home. And I'm like, I'm going to go out for my walk. And I've been trying to walk every day. And I've been, to incentivize me to do it, I signed up for like a virtual race. I think I shared that with you guys, Flight of the Dragonfly. And it's 53 miles. And I'm like, yeah, it's going to take me a while to do, but I can do it and all this stuff. Well, Tuesday I went out and I'm like, I'm going to walk 2 miles. And I barely made it a mile. I was so mad because my back was hurting so badly that I could barely walk. And it took me, how long did it take me to walk that mile? Usually it takes me, if I'm just doing pretty leisurely, but, still focused or whatever, I can probably do that in about 15 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of just walking, not really busting it, just walking and whatever. It took me nearly 40 minutes to walk 1 mile because my back hurt so badly. I was so mad. And then, of course, what happened yesterday, I'm like, okay, maybe it'll be fine. This happens. I'm getting older. I got to realize this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then what happens? Boom, yesterday, stomach virus. Oops, it's like I just can't catch a break. And the same thing like in February when I got so sick. It's like I had just finally started getting back in, finding a good clogging routine and all this stuff because, with work, I have to do, gotta balance all this stuff. So I was like, okay, this will work. Nope. Got sicker than a dog, blew me off the rails. Work totally changed. It's like, dang it, every time. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. And I don't even want to be like model thin or anything. I just want to be like thin enough to where I can dance and not have to worry as much. Or not being in so much pain. Right now I weigh about 255. If I could just get down to 200, I'd be happy. It was funny the other day when I took my work son out for lunch for his birthday. We were talking about gaining weight during the pandemic and all that, which actually I haven't really gained any weight during the pandemic. I actually did pretty good. I gained maybe 3 pounds, but I've already kind of lost that. And he gained quite a bit of weight, and he's really upset. And he was like, "How much do you think I weigh?" And I was like, "Well, how much do you think I weigh?" And he's like, "Yeah, that was bad." I was like, "Yeah, exactly." Like, what do I look like, a carnival worker? I'm not in here to guess your weight and age. Oh, but speaking of that, it's funny. I used to go to the carnivals and have them guess my age all the time. That was the funnest. Because they would always guess me 17, 17, 18, 19. And I'd be like 35. I loved it. I loved it. The only time they ever or missed it or whatever, got it pretty close, is because they saw me walk up with my ex-husband, or they saw me talking to my ex-husband. So they kind of knew I was older and just looked young. But if I ever just went by myself with no context of anybody around me, they always guessed me to be that young. I don't know if I look young now or not. I guess I don't. I guess I look my age now. Maybe I look like I'm in my 40s. My hair's all gray now because I've let all my hair color grow out. So now my hair is all natural, except underneath the bottom I put some purple in it. But it's real subtle, so you cannot really see it unless I'm like in the sun. But my hair is like a gunmetal gray now. And you see, it's like salt and pepper. But with that purple in it, it really turns it into like a gunmetal gray. It's really nice. I like it. Because for the longest time, I had purple hair. And everybody was like, "Don't let I love your purple hair. Don't let it go." But I like my gray hair. So when I touch up my hair, I'll probably do some more dye at the bottom so that the purple comes out. I don't even know if I could show you the purple on here. Do, 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 do. Let me see. Can you see any of the purple? I can't see the camera. But I didn't leave it on very long. I only left it for like 5 minutes. Oh no! And usually a direct dye like that, you need to leave it on for a lot longer. But Jeremy told me, he's like, I can definitely see that purple in your hair. I'm like, well, cool. So I'll leave it longer next time. But also, I know it must drive Daisy crazy with my purple hair, because that's yeah, not very traditional. And let me tell you, some of those clogging judges, they're like, they are like super conservative. I put an alarm on my Kindle Fire that will, at 5 o'clock, it tells me to feed the girls. It says, this is your reminder to feed the girls. And it's funny, they're getting used to it. You know, they're starting to listen when they hear the little ding. This is your reminder to feed the girls. They'll start getting up and, you know, they'll start moseying on over to their food dishes. You know, it's so cute because they're kind of like, oh, you know, they don't get like really, really excited or anything. It's more like they just get up and stretch and leisurely walk over that way and whatever. Well, yesterday I was asleep at 5 o'clock. And Jeremy was in there watching TV. He said all of a sudden it went ding, time to feed the girls. And he was like, what the heck? He said, and all of a sudden they started getting up, walking. He's like, I didn't know what to do. He said, so I just got up and fed them. And I was like, that's what you're supposed to do. I was like, what do you think you were supposed to do? He was like amazed that they knew what, you know, that it was. But then again, I can say girls and they'll come. Willow's playing with her baby because I can hear her squalling. She has this hair tie of mine, or a hair elastic, and it's purple, and she's just ripped it all to shreds. It's got, you know, now it's just a little floof ball. And she will carry that around with her, and she'll, like, just talk, which is so hilarious because when we first got Willow, she never made a sound. Never made a sound. I even stepped on her tail because she's always underfoot. When we first got her, I mean, I stepped on her tail badly, and she did not even make a sound. She just kind of jerked her tail and looked at me like, what the heck? And I thought, oh my gosh, does she not have the, because that's when I thought she does not have the ability to make a noise. Because she was already so small. So, you know, that's completely feasible that she would have like birth defects or whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, she does not have the ability to meow. But then as she got older, she started using that voice more. And when she first did, I was so amazed at what it sounded like, because it does not sound like a cat. It sounded like, I always said, angry bees. She sounds like a pack of angry bees. It just was a weird sound. And I was just like, oh my God, that's so weird. And now that girl talks all the time. All the time. It used to be that Amber was the one that talked all the time. Now Amber doesn't talk a lot, but she'll talk to the birds. She likes to chitter at the birds, and she'll back talk me. If I'm talking to her and I'm like getting under or whatever, she'll back talk me. Like when she got loose and she was outside, and I was like, you get your ass inside. And she was like back and talking to me the whole time. I'm like, don't you back talking to me? You get in the house. But yeah, Willow will carry that baby around and she will meow, meow, meow. Just constantly. I'm surprised she didn't bring it back here. Because usually she does. I'll hear her and then I can hear her coming closer and closer. And then she'll come in and she'll drop her baby and come over and get loving. And then she'll come over and get her baby again and walk around with it. She's so cute because she's just got this tiny little mouth. It's just a little tiny mouth and her carrying that thing around. She loves that. She loves her baby and she loves plastic. Oh my gosh, she loves plastic. She just loves a plastic bag. We bought them for Christmas a little treat advent calendar, and I swear she loved the plastic that the little treats came in even more than the treats. And she's food driven. And I would throw them in the garbage, and if it was at the top where she could grab it, she would grab them out of there. So every once in a while, I'll still find one. And I'm like, where did you even find this? So she's got them stashed somewhere. Amber enjoys playing with mice. Those little mice you can get. She loves those. I got her some for Christmas. She came with one and didn't have a little tail. And she played with that and carried it around. And I felt so sorry for her because in a lot of ways, Amber is traumatized from coming to live here. She still doesn't trust us. She's working on it. But I think that's one of the reasons why she goes up when she goes outside. She always goes to the driveway every single time. That's where she came in. I really think she's looking for her people. I don't think that she was happy that she got moved. Even though I think she's pretty happy here, but I think she's still processing things. It hasn't been a year yet, guys. So, but she's letting me hold her. She's coming to me more for loving. She's getting there. She's just a little bit more of a challenge, and then especially having Willow makes everything challenging because I try to spend time with Amber and I can't because Willow's there. I call for Amber and Willow comes, and then Amber gets put off by that and she'll walk away and it's like, ugh. But she loves playing with her mice. That's her thing. I got her some for Christmas, a little pack, and her eyes lit up, and she ran over and she grabbed one of those and she ran off, and she was just happy as a clam. She played all day with that new mouse. And recently, she has discovered that she loves my yoga mat. So I just have like a cheap yoga mat I've had for years and years, and Rocky used to love it too. So I had my yoga mat out and I was doing yoga the other day and I'd left it out because I got called away and I had just left it there. And, Amber laid on it and played on it. She folded it up. She brought her little mouse over and she just rolled around on it and folded it up and put her mouse in the folds and she'd get underneath it. And she loves it so much. I just left it out. Now it's just all wadded up and she'll sleep on it. There's little chunks of it where she'll sharpen her claws on it. So funny. She also loves the tunnels. We got a tunnel with the collapsible tunnel thing, and I think ours has 5 spokes. And she loves it. And that's kind of like her hiding place. Like if she doesn't know what to think about Kenan. So, and Kenan's all about like, let me love you. So he'll just come and grab her and pick her up. He's like me. Oh, animal, grab it. And so she doesn't like that. So as soon as she sees him, she'll go and run into the tunnel. But she's so funny because she won't just run. She trails before she runs. So it's like he sees her and he knows where she's at. She's like, "Brrr," and gone. It's like, just run, Amber, and then he wouldn't even see you. So Amber wouldn't last in the wild. Oh, and she sliced my hand open. Look at that. I don't know if I told you guys about that or not, but she was having a hairball, and I went to go get the Vaseline because that's what she won't take like a cat hairball medicine. She doesn't like it, so but she'll take Vaseline. So I went and got the Vaseline, and when I was holding her, and it was on the table where my computer is, and when I leaned it forward to grab it, she took that as a sign to get down. And so she went to jump, but there was nothing to jump to because it was like right on my desk computer. And so I put my hand out to grab her to save her from plummeting into the computer keyboard and monitors and all that stuff. And her back claw caught me right there. Oh, sliced me right on open. Ugh, it hurt. Freaking panther. She is so strong. You'll pick her up and she'll tense up, and oh man, let me tell you. If you ever think a cat couldn't tear you up, oh my God. They tell you they're nothing but a big ball of muscle. Willow, she can't tear you up, but now Amber, of course, Willow probably just trip you going down the stairs. She's like, I don't need to tear you up. I just kill you. I don't hear any cat meows. They must have, it must be night time. It was funny because Jeremy being home, he was home for the most of the day, Tuesday and Wednesday. So he got to see more of the cats than he usually does because when he's home on the weekends, usually he's downstairs, or whatever. So he doesn't really see them a lot. So like yesterday, I was trying to get some work done so I could clock out. And they were like zooming around the living room, and they were like jumping off the back of my chair and then jumping to another chair and running around and being crazy. And he was laying on the couch, and he was like, what is going on with the cats? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, why are they acting like this? I'm like, it's morning. I was like, it's playtime. I was like, they're playing. He's like, they do this every day. And I was like, multiple times a day? I mean, I don't know what he expects. This is their whole world. I guess he's really used to Rocky, who was an inside-outside cat, and she didn't play. She wasn't a player. I always tried to get her to play. She played fetch a little bit when she was younger, and then just stopped one day. It was just the weirdest thing. She ran down the hall to get the little ball, and she picked it up, and it was just like this look came over her face, and she dropped it and walked out and never played fetch again. I don't know. So Rocky was very much just a cat that came in and hung out with us, and she would come in for loving and all that stuff, but she loved to be outside. She'd come in to sleep and hang out and eat, but she didn't even use the litter box. She wanted to be outside. I don't know, I think that was the hardest thing for me to adjust to, is going from a cat that didn't use a litter box to two cats that's all they use. Oh my God. I'm like, we're going to have to potty train you guys. Once upon a time, I had a cat, Zephyr, that I tried to potty train. She was not having it. She did not like it. She did not like her litter box near that toilet. She didn't like it because you have to like put the litter box next to the toilet. Then you have to like raise it up every day, and then you move it over and over more and more onto the toilet, and then you can get like a toilet litter box kind of thing that kind of like sits in the toilet, and I don't know. Anyways, I tried. She was not compliant. She wasn't having it. She just like, no. A long time ago, I used to have like an automatic litter box. And it would come through, and it would like it was like 15 minutes after a cat would be in the box, he'd come through and break it. That was pretty cool. That wouldn't work for these cats because I'd still have to change it like 2 or 3 times a day. So now I just scoop I have 2 cat boxes and I scoop it every day. And it seems to work. I'm starting to feel bad. I think my fever's coming back. Luckily, it's just a slight fever, about 99, but it's just enough to make you feel achy and real tired. I mean, that was my main thing, is like my stomach hurt, so I didn't feel like eating. I did throw up, but I only threw up one time. But after that, I just didn't eat anything else. So, but my stomach hurt. But mainly, I was just really tired. I just wanted to sleep. And even last night, I kept waking up. I was like, I just want to sleep. Stop waking up. But it was kind of weird. I would wake up like every hour to go pee last night. I'm like, why? Why am I peeing so much? But I guess it's just my body trying to get rid of the virus, probably since I'm not eating. Medical talk with Trey. But yeah, I was really happy when I woke up this morning and I didn't have a fever. I was very happy. But I kind of knew it'd come back because that's the way Jeremy was. He woke up yesterday morning and he didn't have a fever, but he still felt bad. Then he felt okay. Then he was like, okay, I feel okay, but I'm still gonna call in, which I agreed he should. And then I guess it was probably about 10 o'clock or so. He's like, I actually feel pretty good. Maybe I should have went in. And then by 11, he was like, oh, I feel bad again. So his fever came back. So I'm pretty much on track with that same kind of thing. It's like, okay. But luckily he went to sleep. The fever broke. And then he started feeling pretty good for the rest of the day. And so he actually went to work today. And this morning he said, I feel pretty good. He said, I feel kind of tired. He's like, but I actually feel good. And last night he was ravenous and he kept eating. And I was like, please stop eating. And we were watching TV. We were watching The Handmaid's Tale. We watched all The Handmaid's Tale that dropped. Do we have any Handmaid's Tale watchers? But anyways, we were watching it and they kept showing like commercials for food, like Angus. Oh, the worst one was Angus beef. They were showing these hamburgers fried, and oh my gosh, I thought I was going to hurl. I was like, please mute it. Jeremy's like, what? I was like, mute it. He's like, is it turning your stomach? I'm like, yes. So he would let me know. He started muting on me. He'd go, food, and I would just close my eyes. And he'd mute it until it went off. Then he'd go, okay. Teamwork, right? Sucks. Sucks being sick. I'll tell you, I just don't get sick very often, but I feel like I have been sick so much this year. And it's all been stomach issues. Like, in February, I had that really bad stomach issue. That was bad. But then the other day, what was it, last week? Last week, I had stomach upset. And then boom, this week too. Crazy. I don't know what's going on. Okay. I don't think I have any paint left. We got 5 minutes. So I'm probably going to just end it here because I'm not feeling good. But I will see you guys tomorrow. So have a great day. Bye.